Hey, happy Wednesday. As you guys know, I am working on my habits, right? I'm working on perfecting my habits. I am working on making my habits so habitual that they are routine. So routine like that I do it without thinking. So I'm trying to reprogram my subconscious programming that I had from childhood. And this is a work in progress, but it's good. So I do it for myself and then I'm teaching you. As you may or may not know, I am a health and mindset coach. I also teach nutrition and personal training because that's what I've been doing for the last 24 years. Now, today I want to discuss hunger and appetite. And I want you to know that hunger and appetite are two different things. I was hot here. I'm just off here. I was cold here. I'm in my house, and it's getting a little chilly outside. But I don't know about you. The gas bills, the oil bills are just ridiculous. So unless it gets really cold, I am not gonna put it on the heater. I have it on light, but not too much. I just explained to you why I had my jacket on, but now I'm hot. Okay, so anyway, again, hunger and appetite are two different things. Hunger is biological, right? You need food to feed your body. You need food to feed your cells. That's what hunger really is. Hunger is keeping your body in homeostasis, which is an imbalance, right? It wants to keep your body balanced, and it's necessary to feed your muscles, your heart, your cells, all these nutrients so that your body can perform healthily or perform at a better level. Now, appetite, on the other hand, is not really biological, it's psychological. Okay, so appetite is something that gets triggered by smell, right? You walk in by your favorite store or you walk in the supermarket and you happen to smell the pastries and you be like, oh God, I want one. You see, that's an appetite. That's not actual hunger, that is appetite. Appetite is triggered by emotions, right? You're depressed or you feel sad, you feel down, you had a bad day at work, you fought with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, whatever. You feel stressed, you haven't slept enough, so you feel fatigued. That also brings appetite up, right? You dehydrated, that also brings the appetite up. Many times we eat instead of drinking water when we are only just thirsty, but we eat just to get that up, just to get that feeling. But it's not that, it is just that we are thirsty, right? So in order to lose weight and keep the weight off forever, we have to figure out, or you have to figure out, I'm going to help you figure out how to eat when you're hungry, but control your appetite. So you want to listen to your hunger cues, right? I'm hungry because my body needs sustenance, versus I want to eat something because of a habit or because of a memory, right? Social gatherings. So there are many reasons why our appetite increases that has nothing to do with actual hunger. Now, is it okay to give in to your appetite every so often? Of course. I agree with that. I mean, in social gatherings, hanging out with your family, your friends, and all that, you don't want to do it all the time. I mean, you can hang out with your friends and family all the time, but what it is that you don't want to get into the appetite all the time. We can figure out other things you can do while hanging out with your friends that has nothing to do with food. You can have fun in that conversation, but anyway, dancing was my thing at one time. That's what I did with my friends. All right, but so it's to be able to distinguish hunger from appetite. You know you're hungry when you start to get the rumbling in the stomach. That's the first sign. You know you're hungry if your blood sugar goes down too low and you start to feel irritable, or you start to feel fatigued, like really, really fatigued, not fatigued, like lethargic, like you have no energy to lift anything, to do anything. So it's something that's when your body actually needs the nutrients. But you know what is the number one thing that I believe that can predict if there's really hunger versus appetite is if you would eat something that you normally would not eat. For instance, when I first lost all of my weight, I did not eat any vegetables prior to. Okay, my mother would give us canned vegetables, which I find to be kind of disgusting. But we were poor, and you know it's still good, right? However, growing up, you don't want to eat canned spinach because it's kind of like slimy, icky looking. Ugh. Anyway, so I didn't eat those foods. Okay, I wouldn't eat any spinach. I wouldn't eat any broccoli or anything of that sort. Now, when I went on my first weight loss quest, where I lost close to 100 pounds in 6 months, and by the way, kept it up for 8 years, by the way, which is kind of big. But I remember I trained myself to eat certain foods because I was truly hungry. Let me tell you, friends, broccoli, plain broccoli is so delicious when you are literally starving or you feel like you're starving. I hate saying the word starving because we're not really starving. We're hungry, right? Starving means you haven't eaten for days, and so it's different. But when I was truly hungry, I learned to eat spinach, and it tasted like candy. It was so good. I'm not going to say it tasted like candy because it didn't, obviously. But it was a little bitter, but it was so good. The same thing with broccoli, brown rice. I learned to eat healthy because I would be truly hungry. I mean, you have to eat a little bit of food when you lose 100 pounds in 6 months, almost 100 pounds in 6 months. Wow. So I was hungry a lot, but I taught myself to eat foods that I normally wouldn't eat, right? So that's one way of gauging if it's really hunger. Okay. I have my son, right? And my son tells me I'm hungry. I said, oh, I cooked some food. Eat this. I don't want that. Liam, that's his name. This is a conversation I have to go with him. Liam, you're hungry. Eat the rice or eat the whatever we cook, the roasted chicken, whatever. No, I don't want that, Mom. I want cereal. So you see, he's not really hungry. He has an appetite to eat something because he's bored or maybe he's tired or just a habit of sweet tooth, right? So that's how you can tell if you are truly hungry. It's just to ask yourself, would you eat X, Y, and Z versus eating a candy bar or ice cream? So it's just appetite. So appetite is a learned behavior. It's I'm not saying give it up. Please don't give it up. Because you have the social construct that comes behind it. You have sometimes the feel good feelings that you get from eating a pastry, something that your mother made when you were a child, something that brings you good memories and whatnot. By all means, go. But we have to learn to control our appetite while still satisfying our hunger. And that, my friends, is how we lose weight and keep it off. Tomorrow, I'll discuss more strategies on how to actually control your control your appetite. And what things, how we can make certain changes to make our lives easier so that, the struggle is real, my friends, but let's try to make it a little lighter. Yeah. Anyway, bye.